another cooking lesson today. Today I'm going to cook some lentils because they're good for you and they're good for me. On Sundays, what I usually do is I usually do some batch cooking. So you're going to batch cook with me today, which is great. Then I have some company. I also have another little helper in here who's going to be helping me doing some other things. So you may see her swing by from time to time, but that's okay because cooking is fun and you should do it with people you love. And I do. So first I'm going to cut up some onion. And I'm going to do like a medium dice in the onion. And I'll show you that in a second. I can show you that now. See? Medium dice on the onion. Just cutting it up here. Getting ready to prep some lentils. So I'm going to do like half of an onion, like a big Spanish onion. And then I'm going to do some garlic and some carrot. And I'm going to put those in the bottom of my pan with a little olive oil. And then I'm going to put some lentils in with some chicken stock, actually vegetarian stock, and some hot water. And just let those cook down for like 2 hours and go away because I can be doing other things while this is happening. And that would be great. One of the reasons I like lentils is because it is a food that does double duty. It's a vegetable and a protein. It's a vegetable-based protein, which means you're going to get fiber as well as vitamins, minerals, and protein in one powerful punch. You don't have to eat a lot of it. You can have it instead of having animal-based protein like chicken or beef or even fish, and still get the nutrients you need for your body to maintain a healthy weight, stay satisfied and not be hungry, and be delicious. You just have to season it the way that you would want so that it would be tasty to you. So I've finished cutting my onions. Now I'm going to cut my carrot. And that's also going to be a fine dice. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to turn my pan on low. And put a little olive oil in it so that my pan starts getting heated up. And I'm going to get a little bit of garlic to go with that. And you can either, depending on how much garlic you use, you can buy a clove of garlic, buy the bulb of garlic, and just pull off cloves as you need it. Or you can buy a bag of garlic already peeled and ready to go if you're going to go through a lot of it. And because I'm going to do some meal prep today to get ready for my week, and my week might be busy, but I still want to eat healthy. I don't want to fall into the trap of, oh, you know what, I didn't do any planning, so then I just basically plan to fail, and I don't know what I'm going to eat, and I'm hungry enough to eat off my own arm, and so then I end up at fast food places or spending a lot of money on prepared foods when I could have prepared them myself. So that's my deal about cooking. It's not just me in here, so I try to make some healthy things so that the rest of my family has some go-tos during the week, so that when they're hungry, they don't have to say, you're not home from work yet, what's for dinner? They can just run in the refrigerator and say, okay, she left me something good. That's fabulous. So, just going to finish cutting up my carrots. And I will be ready to rock and roll. I wasn't a person that grew up on beans or lentils, so it's something that I had to acquire the taste for after I started learning how to cook healthy, which is why I season them the way I season them. I mean, other people may season them a little differently, but I don't just use plain water. I need a little bit more, so I go and find some inexpensive vegetable stocks. You can make your own vegetable stock too if you have time. You know, just boil some vegetables, and a gallon of water and use that up, you know, in a couple of days. I don't have a lot of time for that, and I need to get ready for work tomorrow, so I'm gonna do this right now with some store-bought vegetable stock, organic of course, onions, like I said. The carrots are now ready. Let me grab some cloves of garlic. Check my pan, check the heat on my pan. Okay, so here's my cutting board with all my little veggies cut up on there. And let's see if I can take you with me to see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna just put these in my pan. My pan is just warm. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put these in my pan and let those simmer a little bit while I get my garlic and measure out my lentils. Now, I find it's easier to buy lentils in one of these little nature food stores because they're dirt cheap. So they have them in bulk, and I just get these like this, and this cost me about $1.50. And I've already made one batch, and I'm gonna make the second batch. And I put a cup of lentils in after I saute my vegetables down with, it's like a 1-to-2 ratio. So I'll put 2 cups of stock in here and just let it simmer down. And I've got them on a really nice slow burner, and then I'm gonna get the garlic. Yes, pound it out. Oh, okay, I can do it. Hi, you still there? I'm gonna fast forward to that part, I think. But my carrots and onions are sauteing. Got my bag of garlic. Good to go. I'm just gonna do like two cloves of these. I'm gonna use the back of my knife to kind of smash down on them. You know what? There's so many of them, and they look so good. You just get 3 of them, and I'll save the rest for another recipe. And then after that, I'm gonna make a pot of cabbage. When I was in Tanzania, this lady made me the most outstanding pot of cabbage. Her name is Vicky. So I asked for her to make it again, but this time I stalked her and I looked over her shoulder so I could figure out what she was doing. And you know what? I make my cabbage just like Vicky. Shred my cabbage with peeler instead of doing it on by hand because it becomes smaller. And I saute a bunch of onions, peppers, whatever kind of vegetable, and some carrots. I do those really fine. I put those in some olive oil, and I let them saute down, and then I add the cabbage. So we're going to get to that in a minute. Let's finish the lentil prep first. Hope you guys are feeling okay out there. Hope you're finding things to keep you happy, recipes that keep you happy. I've done all the stress eating I'm going to do. You know, I used to bake too. And I've done a lot of baking during COVID, and now I'm back to, you know what? Gotta get back on the right track and cook a lot of healthy meals. So I will have all of the things that I need, that my body desperately needs, when it comes in contact with something that may make it unhappy, and it'll have the necessary things to fight. And if you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, you have good fuel to fight with. Helps your immune system. So, that's my little assistant. Come little assistant. This is Mini-Me. This is Alexis.
Hi.
Say hi to Alexis. She's making her own recipe. She's doing a little meal prep for the week, so I'm going to let her get to that. I'm not going to disturb her, but she might ask a question, so I might have to stop and turn and say what she needs. I'm really excited that she's taking my advice to do some meal prep and get herself ready. I want to show you how my vegetables are looking in here. Let's see. Can I hear that? Good idea. It's an apple.
Alright, never mind. You're gonna get a whole video. You just try and switch it. Here,
I'm trying to
here,
switch
click
the
on it.
screen.
What does that do?
It just gives me a button.